iHeart, get ready. Fantasy football is here. Welcome to the Scout Fantasy Show. ScoutFantasy.com is home to the Fantasy Football World Championships and the best players in the world. Real money winners giving their secrets to help you win. Now exclusively on iHeart. This is the Scout Fantasy Show with your host, the one, the only, Dr. Roto.
It's Dr. Roto. Get out the insurance cards. Get out the copay. The office is open, my friends. All right. You know what I did this weekend? I'll let you know what I did this weekend. I went to spring training. That's right, I went to spring training. Saw the Red Sox play the Rays. What do you learn about spring training? Well, I like to go, and I went to the second game of the year. But there are things that I can see while I'm watching, even in spring training. For example, Jacob Faria struggled getting lefties out. Jackie Bradley Jr., Benintendi, Rafael Devers, Mitch Moreland, they all were raking. He better figure that out at some point if he wants to be a stud pitcher like I know he can be. Now that doesn't mean I'm not going to draft him, just something that caught my attention, right? Benintendi looked very good. They talked about he was getting in shape. He looked in shape. Jackie Bradley Jr. looked very good. Very impressed with him. Devers had a check swing that went to the wall. This kid's very strong. So maybe I'm not saying, well, this guy is a fourth round draft pick, but I think in spring training you can absolutely see certain things and make certain opinions based on them. Like I said with Faria. I saw Jake Bauer play. Yeah, he looked overmatched. I think Jake Bauer is definitely going to go down to AAA. He's going to have to get very hot for the Rays to bring him up. He looked a little outmatched. And here's what was even worse about it. I saw Jake Bauer against Ronis Elias and Brandon Workman. It wasn't like he was going up against Chris Sale and looking silly. He was looking silly against two, pedestrian pitchers at the major league level. That's a problem, right? So I'm not saying Jake Bauer is not going to be a good pro. I'm not saying anything like that. I'm saying Jake Bauer isn't ready just yet. Could it be a bad day? Absolutely. It's a beautiful day, as a matter of fact. Breezy, perfect weather. Mrs. Roto and I hanging out at the game. It's a great time. But you can always see something in a spring training game. So if you can't get down to spring training, try to watch it on TV. Love watching spring training live. I'm going again this Saturday against when the Red Sox play the Yankees. Very excited about that. There's no way I'm seeing Stanton and Judge, but a man can hope. A man can hope. And of course, if you go out to Arizona, you see a lot of great games there. All right, speaking of great, I'm not going to give you a great podcast preview today because I got the Tigers here. And this team is really not great. Really not great. So this is going to be one of the fastest podcasts I've ever done because I could do this probably in a minute. But for you guys, I'll expand it a little bit. I do like James McCann. James McCann is going to give you, 250, 15 home runs, 50 RBIs. He's not going to kill you, right? He's that catcher who's not going to kill you. There's something to that. We can use that, right? In two catcher leagues for sure. In AL only leagues, he's probably actually good. It's just rough. Now, Miguel Cabrera, I liked him going into last year. And this guy was a sensational player, but he didn't look good at all. He dealt with injuries all season long, and he had 469 at-bats. So the question is this: is he done, or was there injuries? If injuries were at play, then I'm willing to give him another chance. If he's done, how the mighty have fallen, because this guy's a Hall of Famer. I mean, this guy is an epically great hitter. This guy is one of the great hitters ever to play this game. But he's on a really crappy team. So even if he's healthy, is he going to knock in 110 guys? I don't think so. But I'm willing to give Cabrera 25 to home runs and 80 to 90 RBIs. I think that's a fair expectation. Can he exceed it? Maybe. Can he? Right? He could exceed the expectation. But I'm willing to give him, that's where I want to be. Right? I want to be in that range. I always rather be conservative with my projections than aggressive. If I go, Cabrera 40 and 120, and he doesn't do that, then I'm stuck. If I go Cabrera 20 and 80, and he goes 30 and 90, well, then I did better than I thought. Right? Always be conservative with your projections. At second base, I mean, there's just Dixon Machado and Cody Eves and Alex Amaristo. Nobody interesting. Jose Iglesias, now this guy's really annoying to me. Jose Iglesias, really annoying, and let me tell you why. This is a guy who normally starts the year very hot. I don't know why. Now, last year he didn't, but maybe it was a couple of years ago when he was hitting like 330 in the beginning of the year. This guy's not a 330 hitter. And then people go to pay money in waiver wire to pick this guy up. Oh yeah, $5 Jose Iglesias. Dude, he's worth a quarter. Because you know when he's hitting 330, he's going to go hit 240 the rest of the way because he's a 270 hitter at best. I mean, really, a few home runs, a few runs scored, a few stolen bases. He's an innings eater and he's not a bat guy. You know, if you need bats in the league, if you need a certain number of bats, go get Jose Iglesias. If you want to win, don't. Heimer Candelario is interesting to me. I think this guy's a player. I do. I think this guy's a player. He was in the Cubs organization and now he's traded to Detroit. I kind of like him a little bit. I think this is a guy with 20-80 potential, maybe hitting about 260, 270. I kind of like him. He's going to struggle this year for sure, but I think there's something to his bat, so in a keeper league, I'm interested. Arguably, the best hitter right now is Nick Castellanos. The guy qualifies at third base, and he's going to play right field as well, and he qualifies in the outfield. I'm a big fan. I am. Now, he made a huge leap last year, went from 18 home runs to 26, 58 RBIs to 101, and his average still held up. I like this guy. He's a really solid player. You can get him in around 9 or so. I like him. The problem is, who's hitting around him? Outside of Cabrera, not much. The leadoff hitter might be Mickey Matuk. That's right, Mickey Matuk. Who Matuk this guy in the draft? I did. I took him in the FSTA. There's some speed there. There's some power there. This is a kind of guy who could go 15-15. He hits lefties very well, and he's a solid overall player. He's not great by any means, but if he gets 12 to 15 home runs, 12 to 15 stolen bases, scores 70 runs, and hits about 275, I'm going to be pretty happy with that in round 27. Seriously, I will be. I'll be pretty happy with that. Leonys Martin is a guy who just annoys me because I know there's something to his game that could be better. There's speed, but the power has just never really emerged. And he's just been a chronic disappointer. And he still gets opportunities year in, year out. And he probably will here as well with the Tigers, at least for the first couple of months, until they take him out and they bring in their kids. So I'm not really a fan of Martin unless it's round 28. You need some steals. Take a shot on him. So offensively, I can live with McCann. I like Cabrera. I really like Castellanos. I'm okay with Mickey Matuk. Victor Martinez, seriously? Really? If you drafted him, isn't it all over? Aren't you living in the past with your Benetton sweatshirt and your Jordache jeans? Come on, guys. All right, the closer is Shane Green, but he's not very good. He's not very good. I kind of like Jose Jimenez. I think this guy's got seriously good stuff. And I think he should be the closer one day. I just don't know what day that's going to be. I don't think it's yet, and I think that the Tigers want to see this guy pitch very well first and get confidence before they make him their closer. But he has the stuff to be their closer. He does. He throws exceptionally hard. Keep your eye on him. Okay? I'm not really a fan of Drew Verhagen. I'm not buying into that. I am buying into Jose Jimenez. I think he's really good. All right, their pitchers, Daniel Norris, Francisco Laureano, Mike Fears, Matt Boyd. No. Don't draft a Tiger pitcher. I know the park is good, but the team is bad. The bullpen's crap. Why do you want any of these guys? The only guy I'm willing to entertain is Michael Fulmer. I absolutely like Michael Fulmer a little bit. Let me tell you something about him, okay? Very important. He's a guy who had elbow surgery, and they shut him down in September. And now people are going to look at him and go, elbow surgery, I don't want any part of this guy. But you know what? I think there's value here because he is a good pitcher. He's the only Tiger pitcher I like. The only one. He should be the opening day starter. So when most people are staying away from Fulmer, I might be okay with using him because I think I can get really good value. Now, is he going to go up against other teams' number one starters? Yes. Is he a great number one starter? No. But he is a solid player and a pitcher that I can get round 20 onward, which is better than most, Jags, just guys. I mean, do I want Jordan Zimmerman? No, there's no upside there. There is upside with Fulmer. So use the red cross next to his name as something that, most people, he's injured. You're saying, okay, he's injured, but maybe he'll be himself by June 1. So I just find another pitcher to take his spot in my reserve for a couple of months, and then I start playing Fulmer. You might actually really appreciate that move. All right, but right now it's time to put away the insurance cards, put away the copay. The office is closed, my friends. I promise you'll have way more to talk about tomorrow with the Houston Astros. That's actually a really good team. I'm sorry, Tigers fans. There's only so much you can do. But what I can tell you to do is go to scoutfantasysports.com, check out our new website, check out scoutdfs.com for the best in DFS information. And of course, we're on the radio today, guys, from 1 to 3 p.m. on Fantasy Sports Radio Network. Right? 1 to 3 p.m. And our first guest is Eric Dickerson. Very much looking forward to talking to one of the greatest running backs of all time. All right, this is Dr. Roto saying be well. Take care.
Thanks for listening to the Scout Fantasy Show. There's never been a better time to join the Scout Army. Visit scoutfantasy.com. Use the promo ROTO for 2 months free. And don't forget, fantasy players, please thumbs up the podcast on the iHeart app. See you next time. Go Scouts!